The Call of Cthulhu is a very strange story written by H.P. Lovecraft, and it's not for the faint of heart. There will be gunshots going off in this, there will be screaming, there will be yelling, there will be death. You guys, if you're easily freaked out, turn off your radios now, because you're not going to like this. So, we'll play this music a little longer, and then we'll get everyone situated. When we're ready, we will start the Call of Cthulhu. And we'll read the... Angel, why don't you read the cast list for a moment?
Okay. So, for this one, we have our friend Chance Rigdon playing Francis Wayland Thurston. Alex is playing George Angel and Captain Johansson. I'm going to play Hannah Wilcox, Krieg, and a sacrifice victim, if that gives you any ideas. Dan Brown is playing Inspector John LaGrosse. Megan Brown is playing Officer Mary Webb and Swanson. Chance, Alex, and Becca are all Cthulhu cultists, and Becca gets to play the captured cultist. So... that is the cast list of Call of Cthulhu.
All right, we're going to set up our actors. We're going to get everyone ready. We will start the Call of Cthulhu in a moment. Just listen loud. Squad Radio Theater is proud to present The Call of Cthulhu.
Part 1. The Horror in Clay. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live in a placid island of ignorance in a sea of infinity, and it was not meant that we would journey far. My great-uncle journeyed far beyond where he should have gone, and it cost him more than he bargained for. For some things, some buried beneath the earth, should never be brought to life. Yet some men cannot escape a call to adventure, even one with such terrifying implications as his. My uncle left me many papers to go through, but one locked box caught my eye almost immediately. It was titled very clearly, Cthulhu Cult, and within were items of some curiosity. 2 ledgers detailing the accounts of a dreamer and an officer of the law, a journal of a sailor, a bas-relief depicting a language unknown to me, and a figure in clay, something like a dragon, a squid, and a caricature of a man. All in all, they tell a story of a terror that should not have been seen by mortal men. And yet, in our ignorance, we unleash it upon the unsuspecting world. The tale of the dreamer comes first.
Dr. Angel, this must be the correct place.
You are Hannah Wilcox. I'm glad you could come. I hear you've had some disturbing dreams of late.
Yes, sir. I know you're a linguist of sorts and a psychologist. You may be the only one who can help me.
Tell me, then, what you've dreamed of.
They started normally enough, an ancient city. But in my field, that's not too uncommon. Archaeology, you know. But they began to intensify.
Intensify how?
My dreams invaded my life, like a half-waking, half-dreaming state where I was unaware I was doing the dream's bidding. I cannot remember anything from that time but a phrase, a terrible phrase, Cthulhu Fatan.
When was this?
Right after that earthquake these started, that huge earthquake that shook the coast.
I remember it. Strange. Even I felt a flash of malice after it.
More than a flash, Dr. Angel. A wave of malice. Every night in my dreams, that voice presses into my ears. Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan. Always breaking in my ears. Yet I know not what it means.
What is that you're carrying?
It's a carving I made while under the dream's influence.
This can't be. These symbols, this language. What do you know about Rillier?
I know it is a legend of old times, an ancient city placed beneath the waves by its own residents.
Your facts are close. It's no city. It is a temple, and it was sunk by its architect when he discovered its purpose.
What purpose, Dr. Angel?
Panugli Mugnath Cthulhu Rillier Wagnal Fata.
No! Don't say that phrase!
Does it frighten you? Good. If what you say is true, it should.
What are you talking about, Doctor?
In his house at Rillier, dead Cthulhu lays dreaming.
Dr. Angel, you must tell me what you mean by this.
Miss Wilcox, even I am unsure what I speak of. Whispers, stirrings of an ancient cult, a religion worshipping madness and ushering in the world's ending. What they worship, it stirs in Rillier, wherever that is. I cannot help you, Miss Wilcox. There is a place for you, and it is not here.
Wilcox left, with a promise to my great-uncle to return within 3 days. She did not meet this appointment. My great-uncle called upon her and found her stricken with fever and falling further into the madness that now pounded in her brain all hours of the day.
He's awake! He's awake!
Who's awake?
Panugli Mugnath Cthulhu Rillier Wagnal Fatan. No more! Panugli Mugnath Cthulhu Rillier Wagnal Fatan. No more!
What do you mean?
The stars are blackened and the sea is displaced, for the sleeper wakes again. Panugli Mugnath Cthulhu Rillier Wagnal Fatan. No more! Ah!
Miss Wilcox! Miss Wilcox!
Dr. Angel,
You were screaming. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You were speaking of a blackened sky and the sleeper waking again.
Why would I speak of such strange things, Dr. Angel? I'm an archaeologist. I keep far away from that nonsense.
Your madness, it's gone. And the truth dies with it.
But he was wrong. Merely an avenue to the truth died with the ending of Hannah Wilcox's episode. My great-uncle found another avenue to the mystery, sounding the phrase, Punugli, Mugnath, Cthulhu Rillier, Wagnal Fatan. That came from a fundraiser cocktail party 4 days later, in which he met Inspector Legrasse and heard the mysterious word once again.
Dr. Angel, I presume.
I am.
I hear you have a singular knowledge of which I can make use of in my profession.
What use does the police have with a linguist?
Translation. We captured this statue from a raid in a New Orleans on a cult not 2 weeks ago. It's baffled us since.
2 weeks? That was approximately the same time as that earthquake.
Indeed. Here's the statue itself.
This is bizarre. It looks like a cuttlefish, but also a dragon.
Yet this should be of interest to you. Look at the bottom of the statue. Careful now. Incredible. It shattered the marble floor. Must be as hard as diamond. Dr. Angel, are you all right? You look pale as a ghost.
That writing. I've seen it before.
That's what we were hoping to hear. Hope you'll be willing to give all of the information you know about this statue to the agency.
Not until you tell me everything you already know. You know more of these words than you let on, Inspector Legrasse. I need to know what you have heard about Cthulhu.
Dr. Angel, this little statue cost my partner her life. What have you lost that can compare to that? What do I owe you that you don't already owe her for giving her life to stop this threat?
Oh, my dear Inspector, you're so wrong. Nothing can stop this threat. Nothing. But perhaps with your cooperation, I can find a way to delay it.
Then I will help you.
Start at the beginning.
I had been on the track of a cult for about 3 months when my partner came to me with some news of it.
We got him.
Webb, it's been 3 months since we heard of these guys. I found countless campfires, countless sacrifices, never anything hard.
This will be it, John. We'll get these murderers this time. I guarantee it.
Fine. It'll probably be worth a look. Where are we heading this time then, Officer Webb?
New Orleans.
And let's go. a swamp?
No, accounting for taste, these folks.
Quiet. I hear something.
Panugli Mugnoth, Cthulhu Rilye, Wagnal Fatan. Panugli Mugnoth, Cthulhu Rilye, Wagnal Fatan. Panugli Mugnoth, Cthulhu Rilye, Wagnal Fatan.
Can you understand them, John?
No language I've ever heard before.
There's something else.
Please! No! Please don't do anything! Please don't do this! Please! Help! Somebody help me! Please don't do this!
John, we must do something!
We're heavily outnumbered, Mary. We can't kill them all.
They'll kill her, John!
And we will too if we charge in. No, we get photographs of them. Arrest them later. We can't sacrifice 2 lives for one.
They're carrying her to the fire!
Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan, Cthulhu Fatan.
John! Please!
Don't even think about it.
They're throwing her in!
Did you see that?
A claw! A claw came from the fire. It dragged her in. She never touched the flames.
This is worse than I ever expected. That's why we never found the bodies.
Inspector, they're bringing someone else to the fire.
A small statue.
Do you see it? Look into the flames. Look!
And I did look. And for a fleeting second, the flames looked back. And a great unblinking slit of flame and ice grabbed my soul and began to tug it into the fires that wreathed it. Thankfully, I could resist the madness. Webb, however, could not.
Inspector, move!
Webb, put away that weapon. Webb, don't! The eye. It's shut.
I'm going to get her out.
Who are you talking about, you raving lunatic? Who are you gonna go get out?
The girl! I'm going to find her. Save her!
Webb, no! Don't! She's not in the fire! Water! Have to find water! Webb, no! That's quicksand! I could do nothing but watch as my best friend sunk into a mire, and the rest of the Cthulhu cult, all the evidence I had of this wrongdoing, fled into the same fate as Mary Webb. But there was one shred of hope to discover the point of all this mystery. Who's there?
I'm shot.
But still alive. Come with me, I may have use for you. I took her to the crashed remains of a log cabin long left abandoned in the swamps of Louisiana. And with me, I took the statue you see there. Now tell me what I'm asking for. My finger goes back in your bullet hole.
Please! You didn't even ask any questions! I'm shivering. Burning. I need to go to the hospital.
No hospitals until you pay for that girl's death.
What do you want to know? What do you want?
I ask the questions, you answer.
You haven't asked.
Here's one for you then. The girl. I saw your little parlor trick with the fake claw. Where is she? Where?
No trick. The claw was real.
Say I believe this. Just say I believe it. Where then did it take her?
Really, where lies Dread Cthulhu?
Cthulhu? What sort of nonsense is this?
Not nonsense. The Dread Cthulhu will arise from his watery grave at that last day and lay waste to the minds of men. They say, when you look into his eyes, tongues of fire and ice wrap around your mind, dragging you irresistibly toward your doom.
Of course, I knew very well what she spoke of. And as much as I wished to dismiss it, there was something stirring in that fire. But I couldn't let on, of course. Couldn't let her see she had me. I'm an officer of the law. I had no business believing such tripe. So instead, I pretended I knew nothing of which she spoke. It's for the greater good, you understand. I had to know more. What a load of tripe. Mystical, utter tripe. Where's the body, woman? What is this statue? What does it all mean?
I see it in your eyes, Inspector.
I see that madness. Your mind is broken. You've seen him, haven't you? You've looked into his eyes.
My mind is not broken! Clearly it is still not. Of course, she was lying, you see. She simply wanted to discredit anything I got from her. Would have failed before that earthquake. I felt a shot of absolute hatred for all living things shoot through me, and my gun was in my hand before I noticed it.
Shoot, Inspector. My work on this earth, your work, the work of all humans, they no longer matter. You felt it. I see it. I felt it too. The malice, the hatred, the sheer contempt for all life. Relia is risen from the ocean at last.
Clearly your sanity is already missing some chunks. A bullet won't do much more harm than...
Then shoot. Be the man you claim to be.
I can't! And as I lay there on the floor of the cabin, gun in hand, she walked out. She left me this statue and whispered in my ear that dreadful phrase.
Panugli mugnat Cthulhu rile wagnal fatan.
And that is what you know. Cthulhu is already awake?
Or he prepares to. Thank you, Dr. Angel.
For what?
For letting me get this off my chest.
Inspector, what do you... No! Inspector Lacrosse! Suicide. Broken mind and a broken man. May he rest in peace. For if what he said was true, none of us have long to live in peace.